Tibetan Buddhism, we have the idea that the 5 elements, that the natural energy around us in our natural world, the trees, the rivers, the meadows, the sky, the hill, all of the landscape around us is speaking to us with a kind of potent wisdom that our body knows. It's why we're so affected in places in nature. And we know from research that actually it's true. We have more dopamine and serotonin. Our bodies are so happy in nature. And in Tibetan Buddhism, they talk about the 5 Dakini wisdoms in nature. And this is a really important part of why Dakini Mountain is what it is, because we work so hard to meditate or to evolve ourselves. People exercise, we go to workshops, we're reading, we're thinking through our problems. But there's some kind of assistance that we can get from the natural world. According to Tibetan Buddhism, if we're in a landscape of tremendous beauty and raw nature, that this will help us find our natural goodness, our wisdom, and that our body and mind will respond to that. And I believe this is really true. I was actually in Tibet, sitting on a mountainside, looking over the valley that Longchenpa, one of the masters of our tradition, looked over when he was writing the texts and teachings that we study now. And I really saw that it was the landscape of Dzogchen, of the great perfection. It was easy to feel that everything in the world has this wisdom, this yeshe, this Buddha nature sparkling in it. When we're looking at a landscape like that, it's easy to feel our own sense of natural integrity and goodness in a landscape like that. And so the idea of Dakini Mountain has this double meaning. It's also about the wisdom in the natural world. And it's hard to find places like this. This is why Dakini Mountain is so important, because we are one of the few places where you're not even in cell phone range, and you're not being showered with Wi-Fi and all of this electromagnetic pollution and dirty electricity and all these things that we now know about from research. You're there in a rare space, just a pristine experience of the elements. And that is a tremendous help for meditation, for contemplation, for insight, for spaciousness. When people come to Dakini Mountain, it's not just about going to do practice and making those efforts internally, but also really receiving that sense of nourishment that comes from the open sky and the quietness and the pristine land. So, this is what I've been really thinking about Dakini Mountain, is that it's this place like this, that we would affirm gender equality and diversity, but also provide this stunning landscape for experiencing natural wisdom inside and out.